League of Legends and Runeterra has had, at its best, a shaky history regarding its lore. And while it may have had some of the most exciting characters, storylines, regions, and landscapes, it has left some worried about its future, especially regarding its future MMO and rumored ARPG. Only 7 months ago, I speculated that Riot Games would need to create a central lore team and build its lore in unison with its many upcoming projects, this including Arcane as well. And while my fortune-telling skills are not always accurate, today Riot Games did confirm my suspicions. In this video, we're going to take a look at Riot Games' plans for the future of all Runeterran-based lore, what their plans are, and what this means for the Riot Games MMORPG based in Runeterra. If you like talking about this kind of stuff and plunging deep into the pool of copium, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, and comment down below what your favorite champion is that you are looking forward to seeing in the Riot Games MMORPG. But with that said, let's get into what is some of the most exciting news, at least for me, regarding the future of Runeterra's lore. Today, our friends Riot Meddler and Riot Brightmoon, looking happier than ever, released their new League of Legends dev update, which covered various League of Legends topics. Everything from the removal of the blind queue to an introduction on some of the new and upcoming champions. But sandwiched right into the middle of this 8-minute video, they began to speak about the future of the lore and how it directly impacts their future storytelling. They covered a lot of topics regarding the lore, so I want to break this down into 3 more accessible bite-sized chunks. First, and probably the biggest, most important update, is that they plan to unify all lore moving forward for all Runeterran-based games and media. Second, they acknowledge that there are inconsistencies that they've woven into their storytelling and look to maybe retroactively change that. And third, they did acknowledge that this will take some time and is not going to be just a sudden flip of the switch that will fix everything. Going forward and starting from today, all of the storytelling that is based in Runeterra is going to be a part of one shared canon across all games and media, rather than a jumble of experiences that are similar but inconsistent. Their goal is to make major events within the story, as well as the essence of what makes champions who they are, consistent across everything that Riot makes. A good example of these inconsistencies is how Hextech was invented, or York being MIA from the Sentinels of Light event. This kind of fragmentation makes the world feel less believable and undercuts meaningful character development. League's season start cinematics have always felt like they should be canon, and a lot of them are fully consistent with the wider world, but some of them are not. So with that said, all cinematics moving forward will be a part of the canon. This also includes the season start cinematic that we'll be getting in the next couple months. But it's not just limited to cinematics. This also includes all future Riot Forge games. This is all going to be canon now. But this is where things get interesting and maybe a little bit controversial. Skarner's lore, with a few other champions as well, does not mesh with the creation of Hextech that was revealed in the Netflix animated series Arcane. Riot Meddler directly quotes Arcane, in fact, in saying that it's canon. And yeah, I guess he isn't speaking to the entirety of Arcane, but if parts of it are used as canon and all future Runeterran stories are also canon, I think it's pretty safe to assume that Riot will be including the first season of Arcane into their canon lore and use it as a basis for the future storytelling, like they are doing with Skarner and the creation of Hextech. Lastly, I think it's important to reiterate that this is gonna take some time and will be a gradual process, but it also doesn't mean that they plan to go back and retcon every champion and story ever told, but instead, every time they touch on a part of the League universe, they will take a beat to ask themselves where the inconsistent threads may be and weave them together in a way that will make sense moving forward with the canon lore. They also reiterated that this is going to take time, but that they believe the payoff for this process will be absolutely worth it when it comes to new League storylines and future game titles. And that transitions us oh so smoothly into how these changes are going to positively and maybe negatively impact the game that I'm pretty sure most of you are here for, the Riot Games MMORPG set in Runeterra. First, as a massive Arcane fan, I think it's incredibly exciting for myself and future fans of the series to know that the roads of Piltover and the sewers of Zaun that we all have seen and watched in the Arcane series will very likely be the same that we will be exploring in the MMORPG. And this holds true for all future Riot Games titles and storylines as well. When we read about battles, conflicts, romances, and champions, we know with complete confidence now that these are the same storylines that have happened in the history of the MMORPG's lore. This also creates a surprisingly exciting ecosystem for Riot with the games that they do release. When a season of League of Legends starts, we may also see a season begin in the MMO, with battle passes thematically carried from one game to the next, allowing the player base to tackle the games they choose, all while not missing out on a single beat of the storyline that may be only active in one of them at a time. For example, if a leader of a city dies within a season's cinematic, we can expect him to no longer be seen within the immersive and living world that is the MMORPG. Now, I'm only scratching the surface here, but the possibilities are endless, and I am personally very excited to see where League takes these stories in the coming years and how they weave them together and strengthen their canonical universe. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. If you guys don't know already, my Discord has been popping off since this video came out, and if you are not already over there discussing the MMO, lore, League, or even just general gaming, I don't know what you're doing, but it's probably not good. So stop, come hang out with us. And if you made it this far in the video, or you're just waiting for the next video to queue up, you got a few more seconds to scroll up, stop reading the comments and trolling, like the video, subscribe, and make sure you're here for the next one. As always, my name is Spun, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.